Hi everyone, welcome to today's class. The topic is resumes, CVs, and covering letters. A resume or CV is a summary of your educational qualifications and work experience. Companies usually want to see your resume when you apply for a job. A covering letter is a letter that accompanies your resume when you send it to a company. Both of the documents are vitally important in the job application process. Many large organizations have company-specific job application forms online. These may limit your ability to promote yourself and give explanations, but the main information will be the same. A good CV is short and direct, answers the question, why you? It's interesting and easy to read, and lists your positive attributes to the employer. Let's look at the content of a good CV. You should include information relevant to the job you're applying for. Exactly what you include depends partly on your type of work. The most common sections are personal details, your name, address, email and telephone number, and sometimes nationality, age, date of birth, and marital status. Objective, a headline that summarizes the job opportunity you're seeking. Work experience, your previous employment in reverse chronological order, with most detail for your present or most recent job. Education, details of secondary and university education, including the establishments and qualifications, but excluding any qualifications that are irrelevant to your career. Personal interests, demonstrating that you are a balanced, responsible member of society with an interest in life outside of work. So here's a mock example of a CV. And here's a closer look in more detail. So at the top you have personal details, followed by the objective, and then details on the work experience. After that, we have education, personal interests, and personal details. This may vary on some CVs. Some people prefer to put this information at the top of the page. And this is a basic example of a covering letter. And a closer look. At the top of the page we have your address and contact details, a destination name and address, so the company that you're applying to, the date, a very simple salutation, the subject of your letter, normally the job title, and the body of the letter. You don't want this part of the covering letter to be too long. So towards the end you sign out by saying something like yours faithfully, followed by your signature and your name in print. So remember that in your CV and covering letter you want to portray the following points: positivity, looking forward to the future, emphasize the benefits you'll bring to the employer, be direct and keep to the point, keep the information in the CV relevant, create an organized layout, and check for grammatical errors. So here's some vocabulary related to CVs and covering letters. Attachment. An attachment is an extra document or image that is added to an email. Block format. This is the most common business letter format. It's single-spaced with all paragraphs beginning on the left margin. The body is the content of the letter, between the salutation and the signature. Bullet points refer to the small dark dots used to set out information in a list. Certified mail. This is used for important letters that senders pay extra postage for in order to receive a notice of receipt. Coherent. So this means that the information is clear, logical, and easy to understand. Concise is a synonym for direct, getting to the point quickly. Diplomacy, or being diplomatic, means demonstrating consideration and kindness. Direct mail or junk mail refers to marketing letters addressed to a large audience. Double spacing is a type of format where one blank line is left between lines of the text. Enclosure refers to extra documents or images included in a letter. Format, the setup or organization of a document. Heading, a word or phrase that indicates what the text below will be about. Indent, extra spaces, usually 5 spaces, at the beginning of a paragraph. Inside address, this refers to the recipient's mailing information. A letterhead is often found on specialized company paper, which has the logo already imprinted at the top. The margin is a blank space that borders the edge of the text. Memorandum, or memo for short, a document sent within a company. Postage, the cost of sending a letter through the post. To proofread means to read through a finished document to check for mistakes. If a document is reader-friendly, it means it is easy to read. The salutation is the greeting addressed to the reader. For example, Dear Mrs. Smith. Sensitive information refers to content in a letter that may cause the reader to feel upset. Sincerely is used before a name when formally closing out a letter. Transitions are words or phrases used to make a letter flow more naturally. For example, furthermore, on the other hand. Take a look at this list of words. These are positive vocabulary words that you should consider using to describe yourself and your achievements in your CV. Motivated, reliable, creative, honest, energetic, punctual, flexible, hardworking, organized. And for your achievements, participated, achieved, identified, delivered, managed, directed, supervised. Now let's practice what we've learned. Define the following terms. So now try to use the information you've learned to design a CV and covering letter. And that brings us to the end of today's class. For more information on our one-to-one classes with a native speaking teacher, please visit speakeasy1to1.com. Thanks for watching.